Hi, I'm Daphne from Daps Makeup, and I'm excited today to talk about Victoria Beckham's eyeshadow palette, aptly named Victoria. So I'm really excited to do this video. Now, it's not my first Victoria Beckham eyeshadow palette. If you haven't already seen, I just put out a video last week on the blue palette. If you remember that one, that is the one called Navy Noir. So yes, please check out that video if you haven't already. So this was the first palette that I bought, and then I followed it up with the Victoria Beckham. I think I mentioned this in the last video. When you make a purchase, so they sell either the case with the eyeshadow, so you can get the whole set, or you can buy a refill by itself. So the first time I bought the case with the eyeshadow, in that case I had gotten the blue with this case. When you buy the whole set, it's like $75. Then the next time I just bought the refill, in this case the Victoria. So when you buy the refill by itself, it's $50. So you have to, I do not believe that they sell the case on its own. So either you could just say forego the case and just get only refills, or you might want to, like I did, at least get one complete set, and then after that you can just put in refills and pop them, and they're really easy to pop out. I just take my little scissors, and you could take a nail clip, anything, and just pop it out. It's really easy. Watch my last video, I demonstrate that. But like I said, this video, I just really want to concentrate on this eyeshadow. I did, if you remember, if you watched that video, in the demo video, I did end up using these two shades lightly in that video. I didn't want to go too heavy on the look. I actually remember off camera, like I initially, I did the shade and then I put the shade in, and I actually put it on too thickly because it's so pigmented, and I didn't want it to overpower the blue look. So believe it or not, I actually washed it off camera, redid it, and did it lightly because I really wanted that look to really focus on the blue. So now you're going to really get to see me really use all shades, and not just these two, all four shades. I have a demo video doing the look that I did today. I decided to have a little fun today and add a pop of blue with the liner and mascara, just to have some fun today. But I have done looks, several looks over the past week. If you've been following me on my Instagram page, Daps_makeup, you've already seen me do it. And on those looks, they were all neutral. So this is my first time just adding a pop of color. I will show you pics of those, just so you can see several different ways in which you can use this palette. And also in this video, and I've been using this a lot lately, I've been using a new mascara, the one from Gucci, the new Volumizing Mascara. So I know this video is supposed to be really concentrated on the Victoria Beckham palette, but I figured I'd also take the opportunity to show you this mascara in action. And I also will give you my thoughts on this mascara. So this is gonna be a video not only dedicated to the Victoria Beckham eyeshadow palette, but also the new Gucci mascara. So watch this video, then I'll show you, I'll go over a few looks that I've done, show you some pics of alternative looks that I've done, and then give you my final thoughts on the formula, what I think of this palette, because I do, even if you heard my thoughts on the blue palette, it's not necessarily the same thoughts I feel about this palette. So do please stay to the end so I can tell you my thoughts on this formula and also on the mascara. So see you in a minute. Okay, so we are gonna do a look with Victoria Beckham's eyeshadow palette named after her, self-named Victoria. Beautiful neutral browns. So excited to do this with you. So let's get started. We are gonna first start with this shade, which for those of you of my skin tone, you might be fearful of the shade. I remember being fearful of the shade when I first used it. I've used this several times now. So I'm using a large fluffy brush. And right now I'm just gonna be setting my eyeshadow primer just all over the crease, just to kind of set. But I wanted you to see what it looks like on my skin tone. So it's just a little bit lighter than my skin tone, but not too far off. So it's not too, any lighter, it would have been way too ashy, but it's just enough. But don't worry, we're about to bring on the warmth and depth to this. Now we're gonna go into this gorgeous chocolate brown shade. And just gonna go on the crease. I will blend it out, but it is just a gorgeous brown. So on the other side, and it'll be more targeted with the application of the brown shade, but it definitely brings depth to this. I'm just gonna add a little bit more. I'm just gonna start more in the outer and then work my way in. So just doing windshield wiper motions, but it just blends effortlessly into the look. Next, we're gonna go into the deepest shade, and we're gonna go right, just right into, deep into my crease to provide some depth. It's a gorgeous, deep, dark brown shade, almost like a black brown, but not black. It's still a brown shade. Just going again. Just going deep into my crease. So just to provide some depth and contrast, and just making sure it just all blended all the way through. Honestly, you don't need to put much on the brush. I'm just putting a small amount and then going deep into the crease to provide some depth. What we got so far, I went a little more heavy-handed on this side and a little bit lighter on this side, but these are the 3 brown shade mattes on the crease. Now I'm actually going to go back into this light brown shade, tan shade, and I'm going to put it on my lid. I just feel like you can really appreciate the shade on the lid in particular versus just on the crease. I'm just patting that onto the crease, and it just gives a nice contrast against the backdrop of the deeper brown shades that are on the crease, having this tan shade on the lid. A little bit more of that darker shade on the outer V, just connecting it to it with the crease, just to provide that outer V depth. Now let's get into the shimmer. I'm gonna put this in my inner corner. Now obviously I could put it all over the lid. Just trying to use all the shades and having you be able to see it. I feel like you can appreciate the tan matte shade more on my lid. But here is the shimmer on the inner corner. Now I could, stop here, just add mascara liner, and this is a look I've done many a times, but you know what? Because like I said, I want you to fully appreciate the shade. I wanted to first put the tan shade all over the lid so you can appreciate how it looks on the lid, but let's allow you to fully appreciate the shimmer by also placing that on the lid. So I'm just gonna put it on top of the matte shade. I know I'm making it all disappear, everything I just did, but I don't know, I just want you to fully appreciate this look. Fully appreciate every shade in this palette. All right, so we got a real beautiful smoky look going on. Now, the eyeliner that I've been using the most with this palette has been Night Flash. I feel like that matches this eye look perfectly. But I'm gonna do a contrast today. I got a navy blue top going on, and I just wanna bring some pop of color to the look a little bit. So I'm actually gonna do navy noir. I'm gonna switch it up and add some blue. Just a different color to low lash. I think it'll just be fun to just have a little more fun and not be so monochromatic, because I've been doing a lot of monochromatic looks with this, which is nice, but let's have some fun and add some color. I'll show you pictures of the simple monochromatic looks that I've done with this, but like I said, I just want to have some fun. So I haven't added color to this palette since I've started it, so I think it'll be fun to just add some color. So, obviously the blue, just add a lot of a little pop of color and fun to the smoky eye look. Time for mascara. I normally skip mascara on my demo videos, but I do have a new mascara, from the new one from Gucci, so I figured I'll do this on camera. Hopefully this works out, because I kind of suck at doing liners and mascara on camera, but but I figure you'd be interested in seeing this particular mascara. And this is the wand. It's an interesting wand. It's got that, you know, crescent curve shape, you know, spikes on both sides. So let's see if I can do this on camera. But what I like about this mascara is that it really like grabs each lash. Sorry, I know it's going in and out of focus, sorry about this, but it like really grabs each lash, but still provides volume. Now, like I said, this is very hard for me to do on camera. Like, I'm trying not to put my hand in front of the camera, so it's kind of hard to do this. Go to the other eye. Like I said, this is really hard for me on camera to do. It's very awkward, I think, but I hope you can appreciate this. Probably go off camera, just add some more coats and just make sure I get every lash, because it's hard doing this on camera with the viewfinder like this. I hope you can get the sense. So let me finish off camera. I'm gonna add probably like another coat or two, and then I'll show you the finished look. Go ahead and finish. I love this fan full look. And I'm also going in with my YSL blue mascara, just to like emphasize the blue on the lower lash line. I just love doing pops of color, especially on a lower lash line with a neutral eye look, just for some fun. All right, so I'm gonna finish the rest of my makeup and we'll come back together and show you the final look. All right, so here's the final look. Bronzer, Victoria Beckham. I use an old blush from Black Up. This is their shade number 12. A limited edition Dior lipstick, 994 on the lips. But obviously it's all about the eyes. So take a look at this eye look. And so this is the final look. All right, so let's get together and let's talk. So I hope you found that video helpful. Before we really get into the eyeshadow palette, because that's, I know, the true focus of this video, like I said, I did want to quickly just give you my thoughts on the mascara from Gucci. I actually really like this mascara. I actually love their original mascara, which is still available. They have a lengthening mascara called L'Obscure Lengthening Mascara. That was actually my favorite lengthening mascara when that came out. Still love it. It looks similar with the pink packaging, but this time we got it in the black, and so this is their volumizing mascara. They call it, sorry for my French, magnétisme mascara, like magnetism. So it has an interesting, beautiful packaging, obviously, but this wand is so interesting. It kind of has that half crescent moon kind of look a little bit that we've seen before with some, but I don't know, the way it still looks slightly different than other ones. There's spikes on both sides. It kind of got me thinking a little bit about Lisa Eldridge's mascara, her kitten mascara, where it has that crescent shape. It's kind of similar to that, but there's still something different about the Gucci one. I love this one, by the way. Should have I put this on my favorites for 2024, because I was using this all in 2024. I am discarding it because I'm replacing it with this, but I kept it just so I could show you for comparison. By the way, Lisa Eldridge coming with the brown one. I might have gotten it in a couple other Lisa Eldridge items, so you'll have to wait, a couple weeks for a Lisa Eldridge video, but that's coming. But back to the Gucci. So I actually really like this mascara. What I think is great about this mascara is that I really feel like the bristles really like hug each of the lashes, and I could feel it gripping each lashes and helps to separate. Now, usually when you get those kinds of mascaras, they're great at separating and lengthening, but they tend to not provide volume. But this one actually does. Hopefully you can appreciate my lashes here on camera. But I just love it, and I do both sides. Like I'll go on the inner curve first, and then I'll go on the outer curve. So actually I'm liking it. Now it is very, like, you can see a lot of product gets on it, so sometimes you got to be careful that you don't accidentally get it on your cheek. That happened to me once. Not today. But no, I actually like this mascara. So this is fun because it gives you that kind of like, like the Lisa Eldridge, where it gives you that fanned out butterfly look. But with this, just kind of lengthens and separates and give you that butterfly look. It does the same thing, but gives some more volume that you don't get with the more traditional, like, butterfly effect mascara. So I actually do like the Gucci mascara. But let's talk about the star of this palette. So what do I think? Let's actually, I hope you like that demo video. Let me show you some other looks that I created, on Instagram. So I'll try to put a pic over here. So one of the first looks that I created was kind of how this look started. I used all three mattes the same way. And then I put the tan matte all over my lid. And so with that one, instead of adding pop of color, I paired it with, which I think is the perfect liner from Victoria Beckham. It is Night Flash. I just think this shade perfectly matches this shimmer. So I love this particular liner with this look. And I put a black wing. I use Lisa Eldridge's liquid liner. And I love this look. And I had just put the shimmer just in the inner corner rather than putting it all over the lid. Kind of, like I said, exactly how this look had started. I love that look. I've kind of even recreated that kind of look even on my own a couple of times. It's simple but beautiful. It's such a classic look. And so I think it's gorgeous. So, if you're scared about this tan shade, if you're my skin tone, like I said, I still always use it in my crease and it doesn't look too ashy, but this color really pops when you put it on the lid. So I love that look. The next look I did, it was a really simple look. It was a day on a weekend. I was super in a rush, having to drop off my kids, so I didn't have time to do a look. I did initially put a little bit of this one, but I basically took this brown and just put it all over. Kind of did like a one and done, super like no makeup look. And it was just cute, and it's just good to know that, like, you can, if you're my skin tone, you can actually just take this one shade, kind of like how you would take a bronzer, just do it all over, and you can just create a simple no makeup look with that shade. So that was actually just nice to know that I could do an on the go kind of look. The next look I did, then I was like, okay, I need to go into this shimmer shade. So same thing, using all three mattes in the crease, but then I took this shimmer shade like I did today. I put it all through my lid. That day I did sneak a little bit of the silver shade from the blue one in my inner corner, just from some contrast. But that was like a fun, beautiful, smoky look. So I really liked that look. Then the next look I did, I was like, okay, let's see if I can create a softer look. And what I ended up doing, which was nice, so after I used the matte, I kind of started off where I put this tan shade on the lid, and then I just took my finger and just tapped this shimmer shade just on top of this shade, and I use it as a topper shade. So instead of taking my brush and putting it thickly all over the lid, I just use this as a topper shade. And that was cool to see that not only can you use this strongly all over the lid, heavy-handedly, you can put it softly and use it as a topper shade. And it was a really pretty, softer, smoky look in contrast to the one previously. I had paired it that day with Victoria Beckham's Ash. It's like a matte gray shade, and that was like really pretty. And then I did another softer look where I mainly use these two mattes. I didn't use too much of this one. I wanted to keep it softer. And then I still put this on the lid, but then I paired it with her brown liner, and I used on it. And so it just kept it very soft, a soft browner, tanner look. I still had put a little bit of the shimmer in the inner corner, but it was nice to see that I could you know, take different levels to it, you know, so you can choose how soft you want to make the look and how deep you want to make the look. Because one of my concerns that I was going to have with it, my number one concern when I was buying, the one reason I even hesitated, I did worry that this shade was going to be too light for me. Like I said, I actually always end up using this to first just set my eyeshadow primer. And, you know, the lighting, let me turn off the lighting for a second so you can really see it in natural lighting. There we go. So here you go in natural lighting. And so it is definitely light, but it's not too ashy. Like it's just enough that it pulls back just before it would become ashy on my skin tone. So I can still use it like just kind of a base. You know, this color is my favorite. You know, this is a necessary shade. This beautiful chocolate color. Once you sweep that all over the crease, you're good. But this color just really pops when you put it on the lid. And I love that look. I'm actually loving the contrast of having this on the lid and then these in the crease. This is a gorgeous deep shade that really provides some depth. You know, it's like that kind of like black brown shade. You know, it's brown, but so close to being black, but not. And it's gorgeous. And then the shimmer is great. And like I said, what I love about this is the beauty that I can use it as a full-on shimmer or I can use it as a topper. So it works good all over the lid, in the inner corner. So yeah, besides my concerns about would this shade be too ashy, thank God it isn't. But my other big concern was that it wasn't going to be versatile. And I was prepared to say that it wasn't that versatile. You know, like compared to the blue palette. And I compare to the blue palette, you know, obviously this color story is bold, it's fun, it's great, and all the different looks that I can create with this, they're very distinctly very different, and like, you know, it's cobalt blue or navy blue or gray or silver, you know, so I can really create some really contrasty, different bold looks. You know, so I was, you know, gonna say it originally, like there's not much versatility, but I think there actually is. You know, it's not going to be as dramatic as the blue palette, but actually, like I said, I was happy to see that you can decide how in depth, how deep you want to have your look. Because if you just use mainly these two shades, you can do a soft brown look. Once you add this, that's when you can really bring on the depth. You know, do you want it put this on the lid to really pull out the smokiness versus keeping it soft with this one? And the other thing I was really, I hadn't planned on it, but I'm happy I did. You know, today I'm wearing a navy blue cardigan. And so it just kind of prompted me today. I hadn't planned initially, but once I started doing my look, I was like, you know what, let me have some fun and pair navy blue liner and mascara because it, you know, just to kind of play off my sweater. And I'm happy I did because that opened my eyes to like, yeah, you don't have to do all the time a monochromatic look. You know, it doesn't always have to be paired with grays, browns, and black. You can do a pop of color. You know, today I did blue. You know, I'm excited. Maybe next time, like, I'll try a green. And so then all of a sudden now this simple look, you know, if I hadn't had the blue, it would have been the simple look that I've done many a times. But then all of a sudden now you add the blue and it's a whole new look and it's so fun. And so I'm realizing now that the palette is actually more versatile than I thought, because I really was prepared to tell you guys that this was not a palette that was going to be versatile. You know, I was hesitant because I'm like, who doesn't have brown shades? But I don't know. There's something about these tones that I'm really liking. I feel like I'm going to use this a lot. You know, I think, you know, probably my taste has been more simplified and I tend to like more neutral palettes these days, but I just love this and I just could see myself continue to use it. The quality of the mattes is great and much better than this one, because my issue with this is, as much as I love the color and everything, the matte could get patchy, and you know, I did worry about the longevity of these mattes. These mattes blend beautifully. I don't deal with the patchiness, and I think it's just the color. It's easier for them to make browns, I think. You know, maybe it's not as prominent on brown skin tone, I don't know, but these blend beautifully. I wasn't having the patchiness of the other ones. So let me actually just swatch for you guys this palette. All right, so that is the tan shade. Here is the shimmer. Look at that. Full bodied. Here is the deep dark black brown shade, and here is the warm chocolate brown shade. And they're just gorgeous. Like, I'm happy the depth of these, and then the contrast of this one with these is just gorgeous. And so this is actually a great palette. I love the size of it. You see how small it is? It fits perfectly in a bag. Great for travel. So that is fantastic. So, you know, the package, it's weighty, it's gorgeous. So as you can see, I love it. I really don't have complaints. I love how this look turned out. I love all the looks that I've made, and I thought I would be bored with this palette, but I'm actually still excited to keep using it. So this is a yes for me. Even though blue is my favorite color, this palette might actually be my favorite. I think it is. I actually think I prefer this palette more. As much as I'm happy to have this because it's just fun to have fun blue colors in the collection, but I think this is fun. And I think, you know, looking at this eye look, it'll be fun to like do some more looks where I combine these two a little bit more. So that's also good too. So yes, in my opinion, should you get it? I think so. I actually really like the palette and the Gucci mascara, by the way. I love them both. So hope you liked this video. Hope you found it helpful. If you aren't already subscribed to my channel, consider subscribing to my channel. And I look forward to seeing you next time and showing you the next new products that have landed into my collection. But until then, I just wish you a great day. Bye.